Legal separation. Ano ba ang mga grounds na maaaring gamitin para sa legal separation? Maaari mo bang alisan, tanggalan ng mana ang iyong asawa kahit siya pa ang nakasulat doon sa policy contract ng inyong insurance? Yun po ang pag-aaralan natin sa video na ito. At iba rin ang Declaration of Nullity of Marriage. Napag-aralan na po natin yan sa ating mga naunang videos. But in this video mga kaibigan, pag-aaralan natin specifically yung legal separation. Ano ba yung grounds of legal separation, effect of the legal separation, and others. Handa na ba kayo? Simulan natin. In legal separation, the marriage bond remain although the separation of the spouse is sanctioned by the court. So sa legal separation, kahit na mayroon ng desisyon ang court, sa mata ng batas, kayo ay mag-asawa pa rin. Ibig sabihin, hindi kayo maaring makapag-asawa ulit dahil sa mata ng batas, legal pa kayo na mag-asawa. You are just separated from bed and board. Ibig sabihin, hindi na kayo magsasama sa isang bahay. So yun po ang legal separation. Natin, what are the effects of legal separation? Ano nga bang epekto kung makapag-obtain ka ng decree of legal separation? Number 1, the spouse shall be entitled to live separately from each other but the marriage bond is not severed. So kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, that the spouses are entitled to live separately from each other. Separation from bed and board. Mayroon silang karapatan na hindi magsama sa isang bahay kung mayroon ng decree of legal separation. However, sa mata ng batas, sila ay mag-asawa pa rin. Hindi sila makakapag-asawa ng ibang babae o ng ibang lalaki. Number 2, the absolute unity or conjugal partnership shall be dissolved and liquidated. Ang inyong mga properties na mag-asawa, it will be divided between the two of you. Ano po magiging epekto ng legal separation? Number 3, the custody of the minor children shall be awarded to the innocent spouse. Number 4, the offending spouse shall be disqualified from inheriting the innocent spouse by intestate succession, and the provision in favor of the offending spouse made in the last will and testament of the innocent spouse shall be revoked by operation of law. But innocent spouse may revoke the donation made by him or her in favor of offending spouse, as well as designation of the latter as beneficiary in any insurance policy, even if the designation is irrevocable. I-revoke ang donation kung halimbawa man po ay mayroong property na ibinigay ang innocent spouse doon sa offending spouse. At doon po sa mga insurance policy, kung sakali naman po na nabanggit ang pangalan ng offending spouse as beneficiary to the insurance, even it is irrevocable, the innocent spouse may revoke that insurance. Punta naman natin mga kaibigan ang exclusive grounds for legal separation. Number 1, repeated physical violence or grossly abusive conduct directed against the petitioner, a common child, or a child of the petitioner. So kung palagi pong binubugbog ang petitioner ng offending spouse o kaya palagi niyang sinasaktan o inaabuso o ang kanilang common child or a child of the petitioner, maaring maging ground yan ng legal separation. Physical violence or moral pressure to compel the petitioner to change his religious or political affiliation. So malinaw po yan mga kaibigan, hindi ko na kailangan may paliwanag pa. Number 3, attempt of the petitioner to corrupt or to induce a petitioner, a common child, or a child of the petitioner to engage in the prostitution or connivance in such corruption or inducement. So kung halimbawa po ang guilty spouse ay inuudyukan ang kanyang asawa o ang anak na mag-engage into prostitution, maaari din niya maging grounds for legal separation. Sunod, final judgment sentencing the respondent of imprisonment of more than 6 years even if pardon. Po ang inyong partner ay hinatulan ng husgado ng pagkakakulong for more than 6 years, then it is a ground for legal separation. Then sunod, drug addiction or habitual alcoholism of the respondent. So kahit yung pagiging drug addict o kaya yung pagiging lasinggero ng respondent, maaari ding maging grounds for legal separation. then contracting by the respondent of a subsequent bigamous marriages whether in the Philippines or abroad. Sexual infidelity or perversion. So kung marami pong sexual partners ang iyong asawa, it is also a ground for legal separation. By the respondent against the life of the petitioner. Then last, the abandonment of the petitioner by the respondent without justifiable cause for more than 1 year. Kung kayo po ay iniwan ng iyong asawa, inabandona, na hindi mo alam ang dahilan for more than 1 year, it is also a ground for legal separation. So ano pa ang mga kailangan natin tandaan, mga kaibigan, sa kasong legal separation? Natin tandaan yung tinatawag na prescriptive period. There's to file a petition from the occurrence of the ground. So hindi po lalampas ng 5 years yung filing of a petition kung mayroon ka pong nakikitang ground. Kapag lumampas yan, ibig sabihin, hinayaan mo lang. Tinulugan mo ang iyong karapatan na mag-file ng legal separation. Then, let us remember the cooling off period. 6 months period from the filing of the petition. So, pagkatapos mong mag-file ng petition for legal separation, bibigyan ka ng 6 months ng korte bago magkaroon ng first hearing. What is the purpose? It is for reconciliation because the government is protecting the sanctity of marriage. And we all know that the family is the basic unit of the society. Kapag matatag ang pamilya, matatag din ang bansa. Ika nga. Then, sunod na kailangan natin consider sa legal separation is the effort to reconcile. The court must take steps towards the reconciliation, otherwise it cannot declare a legal separation. Then, no compromise or confusion of judgment is allowed in legal separation. So, yun po yung mga tatandaan natin na mahalagang bagay kung tayo po magpa-file ng petition for legal separation. Yun lamang po muna mga kaguro, kaibigan at kaempleyado. Ito po ang part 1 ng ating vlog. Ipagpapatuloy po natin sa ating mga susunod na vlog ang tungkol sa legal separation. Kaya tumutok po kayo mga kaibigan, mabuhay po kayo, I love you all. Ang mga ari-arian ng guilty spouse sa legal separation. Ano ba ang maaring maging depensa para hindi mag-grant ang legal separation? Ano ang gagawin ng mag-asawa habang dinidinig pa ang kanilang petition for legal separation? Yun po ang pag-aaralan natin sa video na ito. Usapan natin ngayon ang legal separation. Ang ating tatalakayin, mga kaibigan, kung kanino nga ba mapupunta ang mga ari-arian ng guilty spouse pagkatapos maideklara ang legal separation. Ano ang gagawin ng mag-asawa habang dinidinig pa yung kanilang petition for legal separation? Ano nga ba ang maaaring maging depensa hindi mag-grant ang legal separation? Simulan natin mga kaibigan. Puntahan muna natin yung maaaring maging depensa para hindi mag-grant yung legal separation. The grounds for denial of legal separation are as follows. Number 1, where the aggrieved party has condoned an offense or the act complained of. Kung tawad na ng petitioner, ang respondent, wala ng grounds for legal separation. Kung halimbawa, ng babae o maraming sexual partners yung kanyang asawa, yung respondent, ngunit pag uwi sa bahay ng kanyang asawang lalaki, nagkaroon sila ng sexual intercourse. Sexual intercourse is indication of condemnation. Sexual intercourse is an indication na pinatawad na ni babae si lalaki. Kaya wala nang magiging grounds for legal separation. Kalawang ground is that when the aggrieved party has consented to the commission of the offense or act complained of. Kung halimbawa ang petitioner ay pumayag siya o may consent na gawin respondent yung kanyang ginawa, it is a defense for legal separation. Number 3, when the connivance between parties of the commission of an offense or an act constituting the ground for legal separation. Kung mayroong pagsasabuatan yung dalawang mag-asawa, giving the grounds for legal separation, maaari ding maging depensa yan. Pangapat, where both parties have given a ground for legal separation. Silang dalawa ay mayroong kanya-kanyang grounds for legal separation. So, hindi maaaring mag-grant ang legal separation. Number 5, where there is a collusion between parties to obtain a degree of legal separation. Kung nagaganap na pag-uusap o pagsasabuatan o agreement ng dalawang party, is collusion. So, hindi mag-grant yung legal separation. 5, where the action is barred by prescription. Sinabi natin sa naunang video na kapag more than 5 years na from the occurrence of the ground, it is already prescribed. Hindi kapag more than 5 years na from the occurrence of that ground. Punta naman natin mga kaibigan kung ano ang gagawin ng mag-asawa habang dinidinig pa yung kanilang petition for legal separation. Number 1, the spouses shall have already the right to live separately with each other. Meron silang karapatan na maghiwalay ng tirahan. Number 2, the administration of their property shall be awarded by the court to whoever is designated in a written agreement between the spouses. So kung mayroon na pagkasunduan ang dalawang mag-asawa kung sino ang mamamahala muna ng kanilang property habang dinidinig pa yung kanilang kaso, doon ibibigay siya ng court. Kung wala naman silang napagkasunduan, pipili ngayon ang court kung kanino ibibigay ang pamamahala ng properties. Pwedeng ibigay ng korte sa isang asawa, when the court, in the absence of adequate provision in the written agreement, shall provide for the legal support of the spouses and the custody of support for the common children. Saan mapupunta ang property ng guilty spouse kung sakasakaling nagkaroon ng decree of legal separation? The absolute community property or the conjugal property in the case maybe shall be dissolved and liquidated, but the guilty spouse shall have not share in the profits of community property or conjugal partnership of the property. The spouse share shall be forfeited in favor of the common children. And the net profit in the conjugal or absolute community property ng guilty spouse ay mapupunta sa common children. If not, kung wala silang common children, the children of a guilty spouse by previous marriage. Mga anak yung guilty spouse, ibibigay yan sa children of the innocent spouse kung mayroon siyang anak. Kung dinidinig ang kaso, o pagkatapos ma-declare ng court ang legal separation, nagkasundo ang dalawang mag-asawa. Ano ang magiging epekto nito? Kung dinidinig pa ang kaso at nagkasundo yung mag-asawa, the legal separation proceeding shall be terminated at whatever stage. So, hindi pa nagkakaroon ng declaration ng court ng legal separation. Kung nagkasundo ang dalawang mag-asawa, the legal separation proceeding will be terminated. However, if there is already a final decree, may decision na ang court tungkol sa legal separation, decree of legal separation shall be set aside. But the separation of property and any forfeiture of the share of guilty spouse already effective shall subsist unless spouses have revived their former property regime. Po mga kaguro, kaibigan at kaempleyado, dito po nagtatapos ang ating series on discussions of legal separation. Maraming salamat po. God bless us all. I love you all.